to Malaikaheamae Tarot. Okay, I'm Malaikaheamae, and I'm gonna do a energy spread read for the day. Earlier today, the meditations that I did, we were focusing on, and the readings that I did today had to pertain to blockages in the solar plexus chakra, and also in the sacral chakra, right? So I burnt, I lit a sacral chakra candle. I painted my nails yellow to invoke that energy. And so let's get started. So, okay, maybe before we get started, let me explain to you about the sacral and the solar plexus chakra. The solar plexus chakra has to deal with confidence building and things of that nature, and the sacral chakra has to deal with pulling in on your intuition and things of that nature. Okay, so sometimes those are overactive or underactive, and that's what will create certain type of blockages. Okay, so let me burn a little Palo Santos. And keep in mind, this is a general reading. This could pertain to so many different people. For a personal reading, for something geared towards you, if you go to the description, you'll see a link where you can book your own personal session or a coaching session, or if you just need a read. Okay. Right now I'm running a special for 2 questions. It's $22.22, 3 questions, $33.33, 4 questions, $44.44, or you can book one of our other readings. Okay. All right. So get that Palo Santo to cleanse the energy going. Okay. All right. So let me see what's going on with the collective. I'm going to pull from this stack to see. Type it. Okay. So someone is not showing gratitude for what they have. If you don't show gratitude for what you already have, nothing new is going to come in. Because why would they? If you're not being grateful, I know me personally, if someone showed themselves to be ungrateful towards me, I'm certainly not going to give them anything else. And that's how the universe responds to our wants and needs. You know, if we're not grateful for the little things that are already bestowed in our lives, don't expect to get anything new. Gratitude is the foundation of receiving, right? Okay, so let's see what else. Okay, like I was saying, that sacral energy, self-worth issues, right? People are dealing with self-worth. And look, there goes that yellow card. Lack of, they're not seeing the enlightenment, you know, and so their intuition is blocked. You see that impasse on the sacral chakra colors, the orange. Look, it just keep coming up and people are not meditating and praying on things, right? That's why it's in reverse. So you are seeking some type of balance, and you are heading to the mystical realm, right? So someone is going through issues with the soulmate. That's why that card is in reverse. And this reason why is because you are so engrossed in work that your passion hasn't been ignited. But know that the confusion and all of those things is because we need to develop a work-life balance, right? Whether it's for an external person or whether it's for yourself, you have to take time out to nurture all relationships in your life. It can't be one-sided, right? Okay. So someone's not persevering. They're trying to find balance, but they're feeling really despondent. When I see people are being despondent, it's usually because their heart chakra is blocked off. And one of the things that you could get, do I have it in here? Okay, is a rose quartz. Rose quartz helps you release those blockages that was in the heart chakra. And also know that love is the foundation of all things. See, that despondent, you're feeling totally indifferent. Like, I could take life as it is or it isn't. It doesn't matter to me. But if you really want to get that growth and move past that, you're not, because there's a blockage in you moving forward. Okay, so let's do a little storyline and see why all of these blockages and what's going on with the collective, right? Here's the message. Okay, someone is in a partnership, but they don't feel like they're emotionally fulfilled within that partnership. It can also be a job where you're on a team somewhere, and that job that you're at, you no longer feel the passion there, and you really want to move on from that situation. Let's see what else we got going on. Okay, so in the past, there was like something cataclysmic happened, and you are ignoring these things that are going on, right? Because, okay, so I'm getting more clarity. So this tower moment happened because the tower card came out in reverse. This tower moment happened because you felt like, or it's not even you feeling like, this is what is. You were giving and giving and giving and giving, and everyone had their hand out, but you weren't being replenished. So you were feeling like a imbalance. So you're giving out all of your reserves, and there's nothing left because you felt like you needed to help those people around you. Know that if you're not where you need to be, you cannot help others outside of you, right? You have to maintain that balance first yourself. Okay, so you're taking the time out. You decided to take a time out because you did not like, and it could be that you found yourself in an impoverished state because you were giving away all of your reserves, right? And now the same people that you were helping have so much crap to talk about you, right? They were saying so much derogatory things, and these are the people that you were helping. And the reason why they're saying all of this derogatory things is because you pulled your energy back, and they felt like they could no longer control you, because this was a situation where you were being controlled by external factors and things outside of you. It also could be that, you're not feeling like, you used to be like the breadwinner in your situation, but you feel like an imbalance in your, as far as your family dynamic is going on. And there was somebody that was very manipulative. We got the Magician card in reverse. Somebody who was very manipulative. And that's what made you decide to cut your losses and move on. See, you got the Six of Blades. And you just also decided to leave back all that emotional baggage as well. And now that's why your heart chakra is closed off. Now it's making sense. Okay. Now there's someone coming in that is offering you a token of love. Or it could just be your children. It could be a daughter or something like that. And although all of the chips are down, this person kind of keeps you on your toes and does things to let you know that, what, love is unconditional. Sometimes we look for love in certain individuals or ventures or things that we're doing, and we don't realize that the love of our children that they give to us is unconditional. And that shows you that love is unconditional. And it's not love that hurts us. It's our perception of what love is that really causes heartbreak, right? But that love frequency is always ever present, and you can tap into it at any time. And your children are here to remind you. You could be a school teacher. You might not even have children of your own, but the love and innocence of the child's love is what is going to rebirth that energy within you. Now Now, somebody is looking back at somebody in their past, and I'm not surprised at that because we are in Mercury retrograde season. And during Mercury retrograde is like when you're doing a rewind and you're going back around and you're looking at all of the coulda, woulda, shouldas and seeing if there's anything that you could have did different and if you still can make any changes, right? So there's somebody coming from your past, and you felt like in the past things weren't going the way you wanted them to go, because we have the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. And that's what made you decide to stop exploring your options. Like, you were like feeling like you were no longer feel like being bothered with the situation. And because you were tired of the conflict. Like, you didn't want to argue anymore. Need a Resolution song is being replayed in my head by Timbaland and Aaliyah. And there's an offer that was rejected in the past that is going to be accepted. And you're going to feel really victorious about that situation, right? This situation is going to give you wings. You're going to go back to a situation that you was emotionally invested in, that you reluctantly walked away from, but you're going to find yourself retract. But let me keep this in mind. Do not make any rash decisions right now during the retrograde season, right? The retrograde is up until November 20th, and there's still a little shadow period that lasts like 3 weeks after that. So really, don't make any permanent decisions until like December, because things might change after this retrograde season lifts up. But you right now are thinking about going back to the situation because you feel like this situation will really bring you victory. There was some heartbreak involved in this situation. Someone was like, their heart was really shattered based on the situation. It looks like someone was seeing someone else and they walked away. And there was like a lot of talk in regards to this situation. And so this is what it had. In the past, you felt guarded about it, but now you're like wanting to put those guards down. Why? Why are you wanting to put your guards down now? What changed? Oh, you've come out of your head. What made you come out of your head about this situation? There was some communication that has transpired between you and this individual. And this situation, there's some type of balance that is being, and then also about the communication, someone is thinking about moving, in a situation, because they feel like in the past they were at odds, but there's something or someone that is going to help facilitate bringing you back together with this individual. There's someone external from you guys that is going to be very instrumental in bringing things back together. This situation was not panning out because you felt like there wasn't any long-term security in this situation. And even though there was no real evidence of it, so there was no evidence of this. But but this time you took out, you really were able to pinpoint what the real issue was. And the real issue is your lack of confidence. And you had to learn to gain this confidence on your own. There was some very sharp words of communication, but there was a lot of truth spoken. And this truth spoken in this situation was you putting your guards down and really standing up for yourself, right? You kept moving, even though you had some apparent flaws or handicaps that you were dealing with. You did not let that stop you. you kept going, you kept persevering, because you really figured out this time you know exactly what you want. And setting them boundaries was a part of that. Now, right now, you've learned not to, you've learned to give to this person that you consider like your companion, your soulmate, right? And because in the past you were like holding on to not giving completely, and you were acting a little clingy, right? In some regards to your possessions. You weren't like fully invested in the situation, and that's why it didn't move forward. You figured that out. You basically got what you put in. You didn't put in much, so you didn't get much back in return. And so you've also decided to cut out situations where there were too many people in the kitchen, right? There was so many people that was trying to give you advice on what you should do, and you were listening to everybody in regards to that, right? But now you're coming out of your head, and you realize that you were not going through the transformation that was necessary because of some betrayal. There were some people that were giving you advice that were really backstabbing you. They didn't have your best interest at heart. And you're starting to see that. They were just watching to see what was going on. But, and also with this betrayal, this is clearly seen. Like, you were looked at as the bad guy and in this situation, but what's in the dark will come to light, because everything is recorded. Karma records everything, right? So right now, this season, especially for the next 2.5 years, Saturn is in Capricorn, right? Saturn is the ruler of Capricorn, and Capricorn is the Lord, Saturn is the Lord of karma. So everyone is getting their karma based on their acts. So things that people have done to you have been recorded, right? And now you're going to have your situation. You're going to be in your love situation. And this person that you're connecting with, you're going to be able to grow old. This is your life partner we're talking about here. But right now you're like emotionally conflicted. You're mentally conflicted, not emotionally. This is all mental things that you're going on. And it feels like everything is like, like there's so much going on. And that's why you're not offering anything out, because you got so much on your plate right now. And you're, again, it's a confirmation. You're not exploring and seeing what's going on. Because you're not feeling like on top of the world right now. You don't feel like you got yourself together in a place where you can welcome anybody into your life. But there is a commitment on the horizon, because see, that was like past energy where you wasn't feeling. But now there's a commitment. You see this Four of Wands coming in. And that's because you chose to make a mind over heart decision based on the deception that you were dealing with in the past. You set down those much needed boundaries. And someone cut out, like maybe a child's mother or something like that, because the Empress card came out in reverse. And also, you let go of addictions and things that were holding you back. It could be also just a codependent relationship. But I do see someone had a drinking problem, because in this card today, the wine bottle was standing out. And somebody had a smoking issue, because I see that, and maybe gambling. Somebody was dealing with some serious gambling issues. Somebody's about to get some. The Ace of Wands is coming out, and this is gonna this situation is really about to heat up. Caliente. All right, so there's some protests going on. Somebody, like I said, somebody had set some boundaries because they did not like the way that they were being treated. And this is in regards to someone that was very, who is this that put down a boundary? This is somebody that's very nurturing, caring, loving. And there's always someone with their hand out to this person. So this person that is nurturing and caring and always giving, you're about to receive your justice. Things are going to go in your favor, right? This is my Rihanna card. You know, a lot of time, not all the time, but sometimes when I pull this card, you know that song, Better Have My Money, is coming into play. Okay, so someone is making a choice. They have to make a choice. And in this choice that they're making, they're going to choose something that they feel is healthy for them. Because they know exactly what it is that they want this time. And they know that any decision that they make is going to have a permanent effect on their life. But this is part of their justice. So they're willing to throw caution to the wind and make things happen. And they don't really care what people think about how they're moving. And it also could be somebody sneaking out of a situation. Because they don't feel like there is any chance or opportunity of love. And they realize that situation that they was involved in was like not making things move forward in their life. Like they felt like even their ancestors and everybody was against that decision. And they decided that there was no rebirth. This is a situation that they ended, or that is in the past, because they decided not to take a new leap of faith in that situation. This person feels like they have no choice but to deal with people that is going to be reciprocal. That's going to give them, you know, it's going to be an equal give and take in this situation. And this is someone they feel that they can grow with. This person may have Capricorn heavy in their chart. Or it could be ascendant, moon, Venus, Mercury, or something like that. But they felt like in the past that situation was not going to bring them that security, that the ultimate security that they were looking for. So they decided to be by themselves. So this person is listening to higher judgment, and they're going after someone that they really have their eye on. There's some secrets that have been revealed that someone is not working, right? Or whatever foundation that they were building is falling apart. And this person is struggling to heal from that situation. They're trying to look at things differently, and they're trusting their intuition and telling them to work on this situation, this person that they currently have their eye on. Okay, so let's see. Okay, let me get some clarity on this person that they have their eye on. How does this person feel about this individual? This person is looking back. This is somebody from back. They want to go back to the situation. In the past, there was some betrayal in that situation, and they finally come out their head, and they realize that this is really their person too, and they're listening to higher judgment, like this is their soulmate. And this person really does make them feel good despite all that they've been through. And someone's going to offer love in this situation, and they are going to take this leap of faith. It's going to work out from what I'm seeing. Someone's deciding to put down burdens that they were carrying in the past for this commitment. In the past, they were not moving forward because of some betrayal, like a third-party situation. I'm talking about how this individual is reacting to the person who is coming back, how they really feel. They didn't want to move forward because they felt like there was a third party involved. And they was like, no, I'm not dealing with this. And they was kind of angry. This person was very upset about the situation. And so they just decided to work on themselves and plant their seeds in something that was emotionally fulfilling. I'm hearing this song, Jaheim, Finding My Way Back. It's just started playing in my mind. Yep. Confirmation. Somebody is walking back to a situation that they was emotionally invested in. And they're ending some other partnership in order to do this. Because they feel like that this other situation is what brings them security. They've been juggling for a while. And this person decided, that to be single in regards to this situation. And they were at an imbalance in the past, right? Could have been some drinking involved. But they really feel like this is the person, this is their person. They can see themselves having a son with this person. The number 19 is also popping up. The sun card's number is number 19. So maybe the number 19 has some significance within it. An offer that was given was rejected. So this person felt rejected by this individual. And that's why they just like, I don't know what to do. I can't move forward. They felt like they couldn't move forward. And so they just decided to just sit and fantasize about a situation while they worked on their finances. They weren't offering anything. That's why things weren't moving. Because this person was not working. Either they lost the job or they left the job. And they felt like they didn't have what it took to give this other person who they hurt with a third party situation what they needed. And so they let go. And ever since they let go, things was not moving in their favor. And they didn't want to let go. And they don't. They want to bring it back together. And they want to show up in a way that is reciprocal. Because they realized in the past that the other person was giving more than they was receiving. And now they want to heal the connection, especially due to the past deception that was taking place. And this person want to get some. They feel like very passionate about this person. And they want to defend this relationship. They want to, like, this person in the past was showing up as non-committal in other relationships. But this relationship, they're ready to stand up because they feel like this is their person. And their higher judgment is telling them, this is the one. Hold on to this one. But this person is feeling left out in the cold ever since things ended. They've been spying. And they couldn't figure out what to do or what to say to facilitate the healing. And they haven't been healing. They've just been stuck in your head. Or you've been stuck in your head. These energies could go back and forth, vice versa. Remember, I'm reading for the collective. So take it as it resonates. You know who is who in your particular circumstance. All right, so this person, they feel, is their 10 of Cups energy. And they are feeling like they don't want anybody else. They don't want to argue. They don't want to fight because they feel like this is the mother of my child. This is the person that I know is going to be the nurturer that I'm looking for. And they want to build with you. Things haven't been going their way. And they felt because of the choices they made in regards to this situation. And now they're ready to offer their love. And even though this person has options, there were some secrets that they have that, made them look at things another way. And they weren't trusting their intuition when they walked away from this situation. Someone was being lied to about a pregnancy. Like a child was either, there was a miscarriage, or it could be like someone lied about the paternity of a child. Yeah, because someone was cheating. Here's a confirmation. So this is definitely someone was lying about paternity. And they were being very manipulative, and this hurt the person, and they're so angry because they walked away from something they love based on a false narrative. Now they want to come back because that situation didn't work out. And they right now they're a loner, and they want to be by themselves until they are able to offer the commitment that they had, but they feel like this individual that they hurt doesn't love them anymore. And they're realizing like this was part of their you know, they did not take what they learned from the past and used it to move forward. So things aren't as bad as they seem. Let's get some advice for this couple that's going through this. Let's get some advice. Someone should come out and offer their love, because this card from the Tarot, Sexual Magic, was kind of falling off the deck, so I pulled it to see what it was. And it's the Knight of Chalices, and this is someone coming in offering their love to someone, and this is going to be unexpected. Maybe a surprise. Maybe it's a pop-up that's needed. Keeping up card came up, right? Keep your temper is in the reverse. And law is not justice. Okay. So, this is from the Alice in Wonderland deck. And you know, for this deck, I like to read from the book because I love the illustrations that the author has here. Okay. Well, in our country, said Alice, still panting a little, you generally get to somewhere else if you van very fast for a long time, as we've been doing. A slow sort of country, said the Queen. Now here, you see, it takes all the running you can do to keep in the same place. If you want to get somewhere else, you must run at least twice as fast as that. The lessons of your life are taking place at a fast rate, far too swiftly for you to process them. It seems you are only just keeping up with all the changes coming to you. You must work very hard to make any discernible progress. For now, you have been trying and trying to get ahead, and yet you always seem to be in the very same place. This could be in almost any aspect of your life, your finances, relationships, career, or success. At this point in time, the answer is to work even harder. You will now not have to do much, you will not have to do this much work with this much effort, perhaps ever again. But the only way out of your current situation is to accelerate. Get intense and push for the breakthrough that is just ahead of you. You will need to devote more time than you would wish, and sacrifices will need to be made. However, if you do this, you will push through the resistance and explode into the next stage of your life. Put all your effort into surging ahead and watch as you begin to move in the tiniest of ways ahead of where you have been. Once you take that lead, stay focused on where you're going, and you will begin to leave the place you find yourself in now. When you push through, others will recognize the incredible dedication you have to your own life. This will inspire them to push forward with their own dreams too. One thing is for sure, the intensity of your approach brooks no resistance. Your movement and energy will drive away all stagnation. Now go. A time of very hard work, getting ahead, determination and resolve to push through into the next stage. The urge to improve your status and be rewarded. Moving quickly with strength and stamina. A great deal to process and to integrate. So right now you are being urged to take action. You sat back long enough. To me, it seems like an opportunity may be lost if you don't pick up the pace and start putting some momentum into those thoughts that you are pondering. Okay, the next one, keep your temper in reverse. Don't allow anger to rule you. Unleashing, saying whatever you wish, lashing out, expressing anger and frustration, heated conversations, and unwillingness to remain calm. Believing aggression will create a breakthrough. Feeling entitled to express emotions without a thought for consequence. So right now you're being urged to be mindful of the things that are coming out your mouth. Speak with love. Like, if something isn't well received, it's going to be ignored. So you might as well not say anything if you're going to be coming out with a lot of aggression, right? So the next thing is, law is not justice. Rules that are not so fair. Let the jury consider their verdict, the king said for about the 20th time that day. No, no, said the queen. Sentence first, verdict afterwards. The situation Alice finds herself is patently unfair. No one should be judged, convicted, or serve a sentence prior to the evidence being heard. But this is the situation Alice finds herself within. This could be what has taken place in your world. Unfair as it may be, someone wants to judge you before they know you, convict you before they understand your side of the story, and they must certainly have not examined any evidence. Nevertheless, they wish to judge. As Alice so bravely does, you must speak up and say it is unfair and wrong. It is not right for you to be judged, but another person wishes to do so. Unless you speak up, there could be very strong consequences. When you're told to be quiet and to tolerate the judgments being made about you, this card urges you to speak up against injustice and object to what is taking place. Your opinion of yourself is what is most valuable. You can state your case clearly, with strength and power, and doing so will help you remember just how very strong you are, how very admired you are, how worthwhile and decent you are. You are worthy of respect, fairness, and kindness. If you're being treated poorly, speak up. When you do so, the spell will be broken and people will see that your side of the story is well worth listening to. Never allow another to steal your self-worth. Someone may have the authority to impose the law, but the law or the rule is ready to be questioned. Following the law, even though it is unjust. Condemnation without knowing the full story. Being judged by people who do not know you or have a biased view. You may be judging people you do not understand. Be sure to have a fuller picture and avoid condemnation and judgment. Be discerning, but be sure to be fair and just, right? So, take this as this applies to your current situation. I'm going to pull from the Angels of Abundance. Ooh, card that popped up. Block out distractions. Your life purpose and other priorities need your undivided attention. So it's time for you to take charge of your schedule and working environment by turning off electronics and avoiding anyone or anything that distracts you from what's important. You already know what these distractions are, and you have the power to responsibly block them out. And that also came out in a reading where in the past you were listening to certain individuals and they weren't giving you the correct advice. So you are being urged to block out that. Visualize abundance in all forms. You have been given such great spiritual power that everything you visualize eventually becomes reality. Hold a steady vision of that which is beautiful, healthful, positive, and filled with blessings. Or bliss. I don't like that word, blessings. And that is what you would experience. Because I look at words. Blessings is to be less. And so I use the word bliss instead of blessings. Right? Unlimited ideas. Your mind is one with the infinite mind. Therefore, you have complete access to unlimited ideas, guaranteed to bring bliss. All you need to do is take divinely guided action to allow these ideas to come to fruition. And finally, and I did recommend this to one of my clients today, create a gratitude list. Counting your bliss and feeling gratitude for what you already have helps you to be centered in your heart instead of fixated on worries in your mind. What and who you are grateful for right now. Keep focusing upon gratitude and you'll discover the amazing generosity of this universe. So I suggested for her to make a gratitude list today. And I'm going to implore you to do the same thing. Because like I said at the beginning of this reading, if you're not willing to show your gratitude and that you're grateful, why would any more gifts be bestowed upon you? Let's think about that. Respect. If you don't treat yourself with love and respect, other people won't either. Learn to love yourself, warts and all, and everyone else will do the same. Confirmation, gratitude. Whenever you turn on the tap, give thanks for the water. Whatever you eat or drink, give thanks for it. When you sit quietly, give thanks for the peace that surrounds you. Say thank you for everything every day. You'll realize that abundance comes in many forms. And when you say those things, more things for you to be thankful for will show up, because you're on that gratitude frequency, which is full of love, justice, peace, serenity. Justice. Whenever you face a challenge, ask the universe to give you the best outcome for all concerned. This ensures that no one will profit at another expense, right? So if you want to be fair, filled with just and be treated just and truly, make sure that you are expecting that for other people. Because there's a lot of people that are really in a negative place. They have been oppressed. And a lot of times people who have been oppressed so long take on the role of the oppressor. So we should also have compassion towards those that trespass against us. Okay, so this concludes today's reading. I hope that this has been informative and it has given you the advice that you needed to move on. If not, you can always check the description box and go to my website to book your own personal, and we can go through things over there. And I'm going to be updating my website today and tomorrow, so we'll to keep it going again. Things sometimes get a little hectic because I do homeschool, and then I have other little obligations that I have that's been compounded for the past few weeks. So that's why I started the YouTube channel, to give you the insight that you were needed in my absence. But I'm going to get the website updated so you can start tuning in for your daily advice again and the weeklies. Okay? Much love to you. Smooches. Thank you for watching. Make sure you subscribe, like, comment, and share.